Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General Zero Hour to make the best game ever. Good. So, what do we do next? Fix compiler warnings. What's this? Oh, I didn't submit this. I didn't submit this review. I just realized. Right. Oops. Oops. Factor. Fix compiler warning. Okay, what's next? Compiler warnings. Okay, so this change is not done. Okay. Okay, this one here. Fix crash when a pending AI command relates to a deleted object and private guard object. Maybe I'll remove the dot here. Private, move away from units. Let me see that. Get temporary state. Move out of the way. Yeah, and then what? Access violation. Game should be returning invalid state ID. State machine header is nuked at this point. Issue is related to a null pointer access due to not checking that the unit param is valid. AI do command. AI do command. Okay. Hack internet. Hack internet. AI. Update. AI do commands. Let me see. AI do commands. Looks like this comment just stopped here mid-sentence. Ah. In order to accomplish this, we will detect then, and then the comment continues here. Jesus. Okay. Interesting. AI do commands. Parms. 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 So what does it say here? Move away from unit. Move AI to command. AI update interface. So it goes in here, yeah. Okay. Move away from units. Object. Combat drop. Combat drop. Params object. Okay, so I guess the issue is that we can issue commands, and since the commands can come with a delay, and it can be deleted in the meantime, so it will. So M object would be 0, yeah. M object refers to objects. Units. Okay, do other commands also check for null? This one doesn't even use the target. Okay. That's great. What about this? This one does, and it's not checking for null. You know, I have my doubts that this fix is correct. Because if it was about checking null pointer, then other functions here should do the same, right? So I don't quite trust it. I don't quite trust it. Here's a null check. Yeah. So there is precedence for this. Yeah. we need to understand where exactly it sets it to null. Put code to return from function I would call to make sure that a valid object is passed. It's the only one that appears to set a command, which is what is being acted upon at the point the game crashes. It's looking a little more. And the weird thing is that the pass command seems to get its constants nuked somehow, but the data from the original is still fine. Objects can receive delayed commands, and it appears that the command was initially valid, but then became invalid when finally processed. Delayed commands. Delayed commands. We know this also from planes. When planes take off from an airfield, they get a delayed command. Yeah. Objects can receive delayed commands, and it appears that the command was initially valid, but then became invalid when finally processed, being destroyed before the pending command could be acted upon. Oh. The command gets reconstituted and the object pointer returned within was a null due to the object no longer existing. Well, at least it set it to null. At least it set it to null. So where is this coming from? Do not make use of the object ID call, so we cannot guarantee that will always be present. Pro. Reconstitute. Ah. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Reconstitute. Yeah. Find object, other object team. Object ID. AI commands. AI command. Okay. So this reconstitute, this is only for AI commands. Yeah. AI commands. Okay, so what refers to AI commands? Well, all of these. Okay. All of them. Command source. Okay. Reconstitute. So what about waypoints? Okay, so the null, the team could be null, and the other things could be null. Yeah, other object. Okay, so that means all of these should be null checked. God objects. Objects. I see. I see. Game logic update. Game logic update. Process command list. It's not that, or is it? It's this one, right? Update module. Yeah. Yeah, I do command. Pending command. Packing. We need to prevent him from moving until completed. Packing. Store. Pending command. Okay, what is this doing? It's pending command. Update, reconstitute. So the hacker is hacking. It is packing up. And then how is this when does this come back, this thing? If it's idle. Have to call our parents idle because we override it to never return true. So we update and has a pending command and then move to position. Reconstitute. Just to initialize, I see. I see. Reconstitute pending. Okay. But how can it be null then? Reconstitute. Move away from. Move away from. I see. I see. Okay, so this reconstitutes. Is this called anywhere else? Interestingly, generals, there are more. There are 3 more. Deploy style. Jet AI updates. I see. Okay. Okay, so these are the potential delayed command offenders. Let's go through them. Let's see. AI update. Do AI do commands? Oof. But what command is it? Do we know what commands it could be? Reconstitute. I think it doesn't matter much. We think we should just play it safe. Yeah. Jet AI updates. So for AI, it can be like a guard or an attack or something, right? For Jet AI. For Chinook, I don't know what it would be. Let's see, pending command. Could be like loading something up. Have to wait for takeoff landing. Just store the sucker. Yeah. So for Chinook, it can be like loading or something like that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I think his investigation is correct. His fixed proposal is also correct. Let me go to AI update interface. AI do commands. AI do commands. Yeah. What is this? MPOS code 3. Objects. Objects. Set goal objects. Object. If object. Invalid. think we need to go through one by one and check if there is any null. Let's do the objects first. Follow path. Ignore objects. Ignore obstacle. Follow path append. Tag objects. Private repair. Oh, nothing is happening here. Resume construction. Nothing here. Oops. Get heals. Heal depot. Heal depot. Objects. Okay, return false. AI enter. Can get healed at. Okay, it would return here and fail. Fair enough. Fair enough. Get repaired. Probably the same here. Return false. Objects. Can enter object. False. Private dock. Set goal object. I think we already looked at that. That one was safe. Private exits. Okay, that's also safe. That one is not safe. Notepad. Yeah, that one is not safe. Face objects. That one is safe. I think. Let me double check. Rappel into. That one is safe. Target is unused, okay. Object. That one is unsafe. Object. Okay. This one he already fixed. Units. Okay, and that was a few more, right? Reconstitute. So there's also other object and team. Other object and team. Let's search for team, mteam. Set goal team. Team. Squad from team. From team. Return. Okay. Seems to be okay. Okay. And the other one was other objects, right? Other objects. Or was it? Other objects, yeah. Okay, that's not used at all. Okay, so it's just these two that are technically not quite safe. Good investigation. By the way, let me yeah, I think we can leave it. Bug stability. This is not memory. Memory. Crash. Yeah, stability is implied with crash. Good investigation. Makes sense. I reviewed the other. I reviewed all other commands and the following to also look theoretically unsafe if they were used. If they were used with delay. I suggest to fix these in a separate change to fix this in a separate change just to be safe. Okay. Bug crash critical chance at age, yeah. Bug fix, yeah. Prevent. Null dereference. Prevent. prevents dereferencing null. Null objects. Null objects when the delayed command. When a delayed command contains the ID of the destroyer. What is this? Private guard object. He put it in private guard object already here. I suggest put this in a separate change because we have no evidence that this causes a crash. Then the comment can also be removed above. Instead, I suggest to put a comment in AI update interface to explain that commands can be delayed and these three and objects needs tests for null. maybe delayed commands can refer to deleted objects at this point. Maybe it should be prevents let's say fix dereferencing in all objects when I delete AI command refers to a deleted object. This originally happened when a hacker was fleeing, was pushed away by an obstacle, by a dying obstacle. By a dying object. By a soon to be dead object, soon to be killed, soon to be destroyed, deleted, yeah. Unpacking. Was unpacking and pushed away by a soon to be destroyed object. Yeah, this is how I would describe this. Okay. Pending A. Good. Breakpoint to run the CSC code to get the right hash. Makes sense. Already got it. Okay. I was thinking maybe I look into one specific crash that is, how do we do it? Multi-instance network. Let's take this one. I don't know if Helmut will review this. Probably not. Let me put Mauler. Maybe he will review this. Yeah. Okay, what's the state on this one? I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Then let's do the following. We take this. So we go to generals, English, 0 hour. We launch one 0 hour instance. Then we launch another one here. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, looks like we are not doing it. Why not? Multi-instance is enabled. We are launching the wrong one. Okay. There we go. Okay, so go to options. We have the correct IP selected. Fantastic. Good. So we have 2 instances. Let me put the graphics to high. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then we go to multiplayer network. We create a game. We join the game. And we go into a one team. Accept. Okay, and then straight away wow, the loading is really fast. Really fast. Okay, we select this. Okay, so we place 3 beacons. Then we exit the game. Same here. Okay. Then we go to main menu, load replayer. So what we have to do now is we have to exit the game in the same moment that the beacon is placed, which is not so easy to do. Especially without the frame step feature. Okay, that looks like it could be the one. Let's see. No, that did nothing. Maybe a bit too late. That could be. How can we we need to implement a frame step feature. Yeah. But we can. Let's try it a few more times. Maybe we are lucky and we hit it. No. Basically, we need to hit it in the exact moment. Yeah, it's incredibly hard without the frame step. Okay. Okay. Oof. Ugh. Okay, so basically, let me search for. Let's search for fast forwards. Get fast forward. Oops. I think it's recorder. Recorder. PS debug. It's not in the recorder. Where would we look? I would like to find the place for the fast forwards. But the question is, what is it called? Commands. Command button? No. Command list. Command button. Command. Create commands. Right now I don't know where the fast forward command is being handled. I don't even know where to look. I think it's command map. Let's see, command map. I can find something that way. I don't know. I think the way we can start searching is we search for commands. Oh, shit. We search for command map ini here, and then we search for Kiev. Here, toggle fast forward replay. Let me search for that. That is found. Message stream. Is in replay game. Okay. Game replay. Okay. Fast mode. Okay. Toggle fast forward replay. Then what we do is demo instant quit. What? What is that bullshit? Check if. Toggle camera. Okay, so how about we add a message meta pause. Let's call it toggle pause. And then we do another meta step frame. Toggle pause step frame. Check if that. Why is this here? Why is this not here? Toggle pause. Step frame. Okay. And toggle special power delays. What? Special power delays. That's some bullshit. Okay, break. Okay, so we have this and this. Yeah. Good. Okay. Then we say cheats and release. Allow debug cheats and release. Debug. Okay. Writable global data. Okay, I think toggle pause, we simply go to the game logic. It's a replay game. Is game paused. Game pause, set game pause. I don't know. I don't know what happens when we pause in multiplayer. Probably doesn't work. So if game is paused, then is game paused? Oh, set paused. Set game paused. True. Else. False. Okay. And step frame, we do step frame, set game paused. Set game paused, game logic. Game paused. We probably need a bytes, unsigned bytes. Pause in frame. Pause in frame. Game logic. Pause in frame. Okay, game paused. Game pause. Okay. Pause in frame. 0. Actually, pause in frame. 1. Yeah. Pause in frame. So 0 U, 0 U. Maybe make it a byte. Hold on. If it's 0, 0. I think we can put it to 0. Then we make it unsigned bytes. Yeah. I'll just make it 0. Okay. Okay, and then like game logic. Do we have an update here? Updates. Updates. Client commands. But M-frame. What is this M-frame? Simulation frame number. Maybe we should say. Maybe we say unsigned int pause frame. And then we do set pause game. So voids set game paused. Unsigned int frame. Frame. Just that. Set game paused. At frame. In frame. Why are there two lines here? What is this bullshit? Okay. So we say if, no, not if, pause frame equals frame. That's it. Maybe we say only if frame is larger equal pause frame, larger equal M frame. And then we do an update. Updates. Yeah, and there we do set frame now. Set the current time to the game client. Set frame. Game client, set frame now. I think what we do is here, this position, we say if get frame, what is it? Get frame. Why does it do this here? What is this bullshit here? What's this? So if pause frame equals m frame, then where does it? What does this do? Set that. Okay, how about we put it here now? If pause frame equals now, and then we call it set game paused true. There we go. How about that? Simple as that. Set game paused. Yeah. And then m frame oh Jesus. Okay, then here logic frame number. Where's frame resets? Here. Frame. Game logic. Okay, that's a different one. No, it's not. Start new game. Then here we do m pause frame. Hold on. Yeah, maybe m pause frame 0. Set defaults frame 0. I don't know if that makes sense. Pause frame 0. Oh, we are in generals now. Jesus. That's not good. I didn't want to go there. Okay, so reset the frame counter. Start new game. Let's just put it here to begin with. Let's see how that's. Pause frame. Okay. And let me search for game paused. Game paused. Init. Game paused. Pause frame 0. Reset. Pause frame 0. Okay. Then let me see. Init reset. Init reset. Okay, let's reset it here and here. So we just bundled with game paused. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Then next step. Go to message stream. No, here. So we say the game logic sets paused in frame. The game logic get frame +1. What this will do is set game paused false. Yeah, set false. Set game paused in frame. Yeah, I think this might work. Okay, now we need a way to trigger these things. How do we do that? How is this triggered? Toggle pause, step frame. Toggle pause, step frame. Okay. Let's stop the debug session. And I would like to get rid of generals because it's only in the way. Okay. Let's compile this. Okay, so we didn't change all that much, but it should be good. So we have a pause frame, which is 0 initialized in the constructor. It's reset on init. We also need to say the pause frame must be not 0, right? That's wrong. Let's do here. If pause frame equals now and pause frame is not 0. Set paused in frame. This frame is larger than this or equal, then pause frame is that. If it is equal, does this work? Hold on. Probably not. It has to be larger, right? Yeah. Yeah. It has to be larger. It has to be larger. Okay. Game logic, yeah. Message stream, pause, frame. Does that make sense? Reset the frame, start. Okay. Pause frame, pause frame. Game logic. It's in general. It's okay. Reset that. Okay, so far so good. Then next step we will let me check how to if there's anything else that needs to be done here. So message stream, we have added this there. Yeah, we have added there. Okay, we have added here. Yeah, added there. And here we have another one. Greasy hack. Okay. Message should be handled in translator, but during cinematics, the translator is disabled. Okay. Okay, I don't know what that means. Greasy hack. Okay. Message. Okay, so let's say here we need a message for pausing? I don't think so. But let's do one here for step frame. In-game UI message. So if the in-game UI then message step frame step to frame how about we do no, let's not add one here. Let's not add a message here. No. Okay, so now the question is where's this being looked up? Find game message name by type, meta type. I wonder if we can maybe add a hack here. By the way, I think we should only probably only enable it for replays because yeah. Yeah. If it's in replaying game. Load debug sheets and release. Okay. Yeah, let's only do it in the replay for now. Okay. So I wonder if we can maybe add a hack. Or maybe we don't add a hack. hack would be good though. So here, find message name by type, find meta type. Okay. Here, pass meta map. Get meta map rec. Records. Okay, I see. Init map. I see. Okay. So pass meta map. This is called here pass meta. Where is this called? Command map. Any. Command map. Pass meta map definition. Pass meta map. Okay, so after the parsing, let me put a hack here. When we're done with parsing, meta type C. Okay, then we do static. The meta map. It's private. Oh shit. How about we create a new function here? Static void generate meta map. Yeah. Generate meta map. And there we simply put this here. So after pass metamap, we call metamap generate metamap. And maybe that needs to be moved somewhere else, but I think for now it's fine here. And then here we say, I please want to have this one. This one. And this one. Type. Maybe, hold on, we don't need that even. We just need these types here. Jesus, what is this music here? Jesus. Okay, so we just need that and that. Okay. And then we say here this, if it's null, if map is null, then we fill it with our own information. Category. Jesus. Why is this not jumping there? There we go. Oof. Category. Should be default then, right? Key transition. Key F. Okay. Transition. Mod state usable in. So we're looking at these here. Okay. Let me put that here. Let's put the if here. So okay, so this equals mappable key type. Oof. MK MKF. No. Pause. MKP. Okay. Transition equals transition down. Mod states, none. None. Usable in. Game. There should be one for replay. They should have done one for replay. Yeah. They should have done shell, game, replay, I think. Oh, it's okay. Good. So assuming that this is okay. Yeah. This is okay. Heck. Okay. Okay. Step frame. Step frame, we put O. Like it is in Gentoo. Okay, I think this will work. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's see what it compiles. Okay, let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Okay, it's not called. Okay, this code is not hit. Okay. Let me put a pragma optimize off. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now this should be. Hold on. Key none. None usable. None map. MK none. Description display name. I think we should do it differently. We need to move this out. We move this here. Then if map, well, we expect that this is not null, right? We say if map mkey is mappable key type mk none. Yeah. Step frame. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this should work. It passes twice. Okay. Passes more than twice. Okay. Then let's go to replay. Not network. Load replay. Last replay. P. Okay, that works. But we can't move our camera. Oh, that's not good. We can also not unpause. Okay, it looks like we have frozen the game. Let me put a breakpoint in game logic. No, it was here. Put a breakpoint here and here. Okay, so is paused? No. Set game paused. True. Great. And now we cannot press pause. So if the game is paused, it doesn't let us press any keys. Okay. Okay. That is unexpected. Okay. So something is happening when the game is paused. Something is happening. Game logic update. Not is paused. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Execute. Okay. In-game UI, game client. Right. When we pause here, then we also cannot press any buttons and scroll. Yeah. So it's somehow it deactivates something. Right. Let me go to is paused or pause game. Pause game. Pause. Set game paused. That's it, right? Yeah. Set game pause so that set input enabled. There we go. Pause music. Set input enabled. Pause music. Pause music. Input enabled memory. Pause music. Set game paused. Pause music. Let's add another argument. Bool pause input. True. Bool pause input. Let me say this code. Why does it have to be so dense here? I think we only need to check if pause. We only need to check pause input here. Get input. Pause input. I'll just put it here. Yeah, this should work, and then we call it here set game paused true. Do we want to pause music? No. False. Pause input true. That's not very readable. Not very readable. But okay. Good enough for now. Okay. False. True. False. False. Hold on. Made a mistake here. Should be false. Okay. I think this will work. Maybe. Maybe not. Hold on. We are not quite done yet. Set game paused. False. Okay, now it's actually okay. Let's see what's new here. Compiler warning, tree graph ignored. What the hell? One, if any tree graphs are encountered that might change the meaning of the program. Tree graphs within comments are not warned about, except those that would form escape new lines. Tree graphs, what does that mean? I don't get it. Tree graphs. Tree graph. C++. I've never heard about this. A tree graph is a 3-character sequence that represents a single character. Double question mark. What? I've never seen this. I've never seen, what is this? What? the first time I see this bullshit. That's really weird. Okay. Okay, so now the hope is that we can pause, we can unpause, we can control the camera and everything. And the music doesn't stop. And yeah, that's it. Let's see. Load replay. Yeah. Aha, that works. Can we step? We can step. Fantastic. The only problem is we cannot... Nothing happens if we keep it pressed. Yeah. Good. Now the question is, how do we... Where do we step to? Let me see. I think we can look at the shadow here. That helps us. So there's a line. Okay. Huh. Maybe it doesn't help us. There it is. It was just created now. Let me exit the game. No crash. Meh. Okay. We don't really know which frame it is. I think the in-game UI. If the in-game UI message pause at frame percent U. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's actually unexpected. Pause at frame 73. It steps 2 frames. Huh. Pause at frame. Why is it stepping 2 frames? Okay. I'm a bit confused about this right now. Why does it step 2 frames and not 1? That's weird. Why does it step 2? It probably depends on when this message is being processed, right? Now it works correctly. Why does this happen? When is this processed? Let me see. Let's put a breakpoint in here. This is processed. Game engine update. Game logic. Pause. Okay, so it is. The messages are processed before we go in here. Okay. And then what happens? So if we set is paused. So we unpause the current frame, then that will be updated. And then the pause. Okay, then I think it would be better if we set, it would be clearer if we set the game paused at the end, I would say. Here. I think that is a bit clearer then, right? That should still work. But it's logically a bit less confusing. And then basically next frame will be paused. Yeah. Set game paused. Next frame will be paused. But we could, oh, but we, or we put it behind here, behind this one. Next frame will be paused. Yeah. Pause frame. Pause frame. Or we put it outside. How about we put it into game engine here? Here. Set game paused. Then we have a bool, no, unsigned int get game pause frame. Let's be so free and add some const here. Return pause frame. Then we say network. So pause frame, the game logic, get game pause frame, get frame. Set the game paused now. I think that's a bit cleaner here before we do the updates, not after the update. Okay. And then maybe we can make this a bit simpler here. unsigned int pause frame equals that current frame equals that pause frame current frame pause frame. Jesus. Const. Super guess get feature. All right. Okay, and then in the xlut, let's go back in here. Now we can put the +1 again. So we unpause it now and we pause it in the next frame, and that should work. Yeah, without issues. Yeah. I hope so. That is, of course, that there is no paused update in here, but I expect not. Network update, what is this? The network updates. Network. Yeah, I don't think the network can be paused. Okay, so that is compiled, fantastic. But we have made another change. Okay, my expectation is that this works correctly now. Loads. Load replay. Okay. And yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now we just step one frame. Okay, let's see which frame we need to catch. Yeah. Okay, so we need to go to 115 or 116? 115. Let's go to 115. 115. 115. 115. And now we exit the game. And that crashes. There we go. Oh, no. What happened? Oops. It doesn't enter. It doesn't exit because of the pause. Okay. Okay. Okay, that looks like we have another bug. No. What is this? Okay. Okay, I think we bugged it somehow here. Okay. Ah, Could it be that when we the pause frame I think here we also need to set game paused in frame 0. Or we say set game paused. Or we do it in here, paused. Pause. Yeah. So we do m pause frame equals 0. Okay, so if we now pause like this and now we exit, does it work? Yeah, this works. Let's go again to frame 115. 115. And exit. And that crashes. Fantastic. There we go. There we go. Okay. Access violation. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Get beacon template, and that is, we can't see. Place beacon. Okay, message. Thing is get player template. This one needs to be checked. I see. So get player template is 0. Right. Do we have more of these cases? Remove beacon. Same thing. Player. By the way, here on this, So get tab. Okay, so a player template is null. Yeah. What about this one here? Beacon, this player, this beacon. Could it also crash if someone removes a beacon? Probably not. That will be deleted here already. Yeah. Beacon. Yeah, I think we just need to add a null check here. Yeah. Then why don't they put it into separate functions? Why do they have to cram everything into one function? Jesus Christ. That's really sad. Break. Then we say here if break. Get beacon templates. Man, why is this code so dense? Okay, let's put a space here. No, maybe not. Maybe it do. This code is so dense here. I put it like so. So if not get template, then message place beacon. Not now. Yes, now. Good. Then we can test this fix. Okay. 115. There we go. Next game. No crash. Okay. So that one is fixed. Okay. Then I would say I would take a break here. Next session we replicate this fix to generals and also the frame stepper feature and the pausing feature that can also go to generals. And then, yeah. Okay, cool. I think that was a good session. Yeah. Yeah. I think this here actually needs another thought, but Yeah, let's look at it next session. Yeah, I think this should only be... I don't know. Yeah. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Good. Yeah. Then yeah, we continue this next session. Good. Then yeah, I will take a break here. Wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.